If,
That's
okay,
me.
if there's a new move and it doesn't feel comfortable, let me know because I can help with any modifications
Yeah,
also.
we're good at modifying.
Okay, good. Well, let's go ahead and just start by warming up the body. And we'll just do some arm circles. And let's do some big circles here. Just feel your body begin to release any tension, any tightness. I'm going to switch these circles to move in front of us. Go ahead and cross them and then open them up. And this is nice and flowing, right? Just getting some motion into the body. I'm going to go back to those circles. Now I'm changing direction. Now I actually switched the direction. And let's go ahead and open and close. And go ahead and place those hands onto your shoulders. And with your hands on your shoulders, look over the right and then look over the left. Look over the right and left. And then place those hands down and let's look up and down. And we'll look up and down. And then we're going to practice a little breath practice, Ujjayi breath. And some of you may be familiar with this. We're going to have our feet flat on the ground. For those of you, if you need a block, you can put a block down so that your feet are flat. You want your legs to be out. I'm going to move myself forward so that my feet are flat. Hands are going to rest on my knees. I'm going to take in a deep breath through my nose. My lips are going to be closed, but it's going to feel like the breath is coming out through my throat, through my lungs. Ujjayi, sometimes people will say it's like the Darth Vader breath. So can you hear that coming out? I'm a little bit of a distance from you. So I take a deep breath in and I exhale and I really put some tension. It's almost like I'm closing my throat so I can feel that breath leaving and I allow it to leave nice and slow. So I take a deep breath in, exhale out, constricting the throat.
So you get that noise in there.
Yes. This is also called the victory. It creates calm and energizes at the same time. So take another deep breath in, exhaling out. Deep breath in, exhale out, nice and slow. Do it a couple times on your own.
Warming.
Yes, yeah. You can go ahead and place your hands at your heart space and let's set an intention before we get started. And so this intention is surrounded around this particular class. What do you want? Maybe more patience with yourself. Maybe an open mind. Maybe coming into this class with a little bewilderness or creativity. Come in like a child, not knowing what to expect, but always looking to learn something. Maybe kindness for yourself and how your body moves. But set an intention for yourself around this class. And let's begin with a sun salutation. Your hands are still in prayer. We're going to reach those hands up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop those arms into Goddess. Inhale, bring those hands back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Hands come down. Inhale, lift the body just halfway. Back is straight, head is straight. Energy shooting out the spine to the crown of the head. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, swoop those arms up. Exhale, back into prayer. And let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into Goddess. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Extending that energy through the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swoop those arms up. Inhale, lift halfway. Energy out the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to prayer. Go ahead and rest those hands down on the sides. We'll move into our cat-cow. And so go ahead, coming the body forward, arching, extending that energy out through the chest, curling back, touching the chin to the chest. Nice smooth motion into this cat-cow as we warm up our spine. Shelley, nice reminder to keep breathing as we move through these motions. Let's just do 2 more, both directions, and really extend it. Check in with your body. How is it feeling? When you move into this position, find a resting point just to kind of check in. Notice if the shoulders are tight, the chest is tight, if you feel nice and relaxed today, if you feel a little more flexibility. And then as you curl back, check in again. Take a little moment to stop and check in with the body. How are you feeling in this position? Maybe you feel a sense of strength. Maybe it feels relaxing. Just kind of check in. And when you're done, go ahead and find yourself back up into a neutral spine. Nice and upright. All right, we're going to move into a camel position. So I'm scooting my body back, and we're going to use the back of the chair to help us move into camel. I'm going to roll my hands so my palms are facing up. Roll the shoulders so my chest is facing up. Rest my back on the back of the chair and let my head lay back. This is my camel position, pushing the chest up towards the ceiling, letting the arms and the shoulders, the head relax, still energizing through the chest. And pull the body forward, resting the hands on the front of the leg. And let's check in to see how we feel with that move. And let's do that again. Palms up, roll the shoulders back. Use the chair to allow the head to hang back, extending the chest forward. And bring your body back forward. Nice, all right. We'll go into a spinal twist now. So I'm going to place my left hand onto my right leg. You can do right on left. Just cross your hand across your body. Go ahead and grab the back of your chair and let's look behind us. And take your eyes, extend them a little bit further. Let's warm up our eyes also. And come back forward. And let's look in the other direction. And come back forward, nice. We'll keep our hands in that cross position. So I'm going to put my left hand onto my right knee. I'm going to lift that opposite arm up towards the ceiling. A nice side twist here. The hand that's on the leg, extend it down towards the earth. Hand reaching up towards the ceiling, reach up just a little taller. And pull your body back into that neutral position. We'll find a resting place in the middle before we switch, just to check in to see how we feel. And let's switch to the other side. It's a good practice to kind of see how you feel in between moves rather than flowing from one to the other. You really realize how our body is responding to these moves. And come on back to the center. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And let's do those spine twists one more time. Left hand on right knee. Let's look behind us. Take your eyes, extend them a little further. And release that hand on your knee. And let's put both hands on the back of the chair. I'm going to twist just a little further. And come back forward. Nice. Let's look the other way. Move out the back of the chair. Extend your eyes just a bit. And release that hand, both hands on the back of the chair now. Twisting a little bit deeper. And coming back forward. Nice. I'm going to put my hand across my leg. Opposite arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Side angle motion here. Reach up a little further, other hand reaching down. Maybe you want to open the palms up, extend that energy through the palms. Remembering to breathe. And bring your body back to neutral. And let's do the other side. Cross that hand over, reach up towards the ceiling. Hand reaches down towards the earth, opening the palms, other hands opening up towards the heavens. Remembering to breathe. And exhale, bring your body back up to neutral. All right, go ahead and take a moment here to check in. How's everyone feeling?
Good.
Okay, good. We're going to move into our warrior poses now. And so our first warrior pose is going to be warrior one. And so I'm going to have you sit on the edge of your chair. And so you're going to turn. And so one leg's going to be hanging next to the chair. I'm going to push my blanket to the side because it gives me too much stability. And let's put that leg back. And let's push through the ball of our foot and have your hips facing forward, facing that front knee. When I say forward, it's facing, everything's facing in the same direction of that front leg. And back leg is extended out. Let's go ahead and push into the ball of that back foot. Lift those arms up towards the ceiling. This is our warrior one position. You should feel this through your abdomen, reaching up as tall as you can. Reach a little taller. Push through that back foot into the ball of your foot. And lower those arms down. Turn your hips forward and open up that leg just a bit. And so now my hips are facing you. We'll move into our warrior two position. Hips are facing you. I'm going to open up my arms. And look behind you. Is that back arm parallel with the ground? Is it leaning down or up? It should be parallel with the ground. Check your front arm. Extend that energy out. It should be moving from your heart out in both directions. Take that front palm, turn it up. Remind yourself of your intention today. Draw that energy into the palm. Visualize it moving up the arm into your heart. You're going to rest here just for a moment. Check your stance. Make sure your spine is upright. If there was a golden cord going from the base of the earth up through your spine, up towards the heaven, that would be straight. So lift that body up. Extend that energy through the back arm and the front arm. Just a moment more. And rest those arms down. We're going to keep our legs in this position. Take that, the hand that's facing the back leg, slide it down. Front arm reaches up as we move into reverse warrior. Extend that arm up towards the ceiling. You should feel that stretch across your core. You can let the head rest back, or maybe the head is facing forward, however it feels comfortable for you today. Reach up a little taller. And go ahead and pull that arm down. Shift your hips so that you're facing forward. And my legs are now nice and wide. I've got my legs on the outside of the mat. I'm going to lift those arms up towards the heavens. Lift up a little taller. Your spine is reaching up nice and tall. Turn those palms towards me. Pull those arms down into goddess. Open them up just a bit by pushing the chest out. Open your legs up a bit. So I'm actually taking my heels, pulling the heels a little forward, opening up the legs. So the wideness of my arms is also felt in my legs here. A little bit more. And in this goddess position, I'm going to tilt down. And bring my body back up. And let's tilt the other way. And bring your goddess arms up. Let's turn towards the basque. As much as you can, you all have different angles here. And come back forward. And turn in the opposite direction. And come back forward. We're going to straighten one leg. And you can point that toe. Drop that hand down as we move into a nice triangle pose. And so one leg is straight. My hand is resting either above the knee or below the knee, other arms reaching up towards the ceiling. Bring your body upright. Let's let that arm rest by the knee that's bent. And reach that other arm up towards the ceiling. We've got another side angle pose here. Feel a nice stretch across the side of your body. Bring your arms up. Bring that foot in, both legs in. Drop those hands down to the front. Deep breath in, relax your shoulders. Whew.
Just want to tell you that all these poses Joy does 3, 2, 1. So you're doing like 10 times, which is really good. I'm saying we're really getting, don't you think? We're getting more. I like how she does it.
Okay.
Still, we're getting a bigger workout.
Oh, good. So as long as you feel like you're getting
a greater push. Both ways are good, but this stretches you further, which is nice.
Nice. All right. So we're going to do the other side. So, all right. So I have my notes here. So I'm going to turn and face the other direction. And so one leg is off that chair. And I have to have my notes because I won't remember everything we did. And we're going to drop that leg back, right? And let's make sure we're in a nice strong position here. So my front foot is flat on the ground. If it's not touching, you can scoot forward or you can put the block underneath you. Back leg is up on the balls of my foot and take those hips, face them forward. And when I say forward, everything's facing that front leg up here. All right, so we've got this nice strong pose. You should feel a stretch across that leg that's leaning backwards. The one that's extending back, you should feel that stretch across the front. Reach those arms up towards the ceiling as we move into warrior one. Now these poses aren't meant to move through too fast. You actually want to check in. A warrior is someone that's strong, right? We have this inner strength, and that inner strength comes from within us. And so check to see what's happening within you. How do you feel during this pose? Spine is elongated, reaching up towards the heavens. The chest is open. Reach a little taller. Extend through those back legs a little bit more. You can feel tension on the front of my leg. My body is being held up. And relax those arms, nice. I'm going to shift my hips so they're facing you, and my back foot then lays out flat. So I'm no longer on the ball of my foot. Now my hips are facing towards the front of my chair. Let's open those arms up into our warrior two. Check your spine. You don't want to be leaning forward or leaning back. Spine is upright. Extend those arms out and check to make sure that the arm is parallel. It's not down and it's not up. Nice and even, as if you were balancing a ball or something on top of them that wouldn't roll off. And turn that palm up. Remind yourself of your intention for today. Draw that energy into the palm. Maybe you can visualize it resting in the palm of your hand. Those words that you stated, the purpose for today's, that challenge that you set up for yourself. And then allow it to move up the arm and into your heart. Allow it to settle down into your core. And extend that energy out just a bit further, both directions. Feel your legs engaged. This is a warrior position. Strength, power. A little bit further out. And drop those arms down. All right, let's move into our reverse warrior. I've got my back leg extended. That same side arm is going to slide down. Other arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Now I can really feel that stretch across the front of my thigh, inside the groin area, just a bit. Also across my abdomen, reaching up that energy up towards the heavens. You can let the head drop back, or you can hold the head up, however it feels comfortable. And drop those hands down. Shift your body into a nice square position. Whew, check in to see how you're feeling. We're back into that goddess pose. Legs are nice and wide. How wide can you go? Open those feet up a little bit, pulling those heels in. Knees are pointed in the same direction. I can actually push them open just a bit so I know what it feels like. Reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Reach up a little higher. Maybe you want to reach one hand, then the other. Feel that stretch across both sides, reaching up as if you're grabbing onto a rope. And then let's grab that rope, pull both of them down into our goddess position. Open up those hands. Pull those arms back, push the chest forward. Feel the chest open up. This is one of our power poses. This is our goddess position. We're going to add emotion here. I want you to visualize that you've got this ball of energy. And let's go ahead and compress that ball of energy in front of you. Visualize that ball of energy compressing to a tiny ball. And then take that energy and expand it. You can see that ball of energy growing in front of you. Compress that ball of energy. And expand it. This is part of our Qigong training, taking this energy in and out, allowing it to grow. You might begin to feel some warmth within the hands. And let's grow it, and we'll go back to our goddess position here. And let's go ahead and tilt to one direction. And bring your body upright. Let's tilt to the other direction. And body moves back up. Go ahead and twist at the spine now. And come back up. Let's twist in another direction. We don't need that wind, do we? And come back up. All right, go ahead and rest those arms. Nice. Whew. Okay, we're going to straighten the opposite leg that we did last time. That leg is straight. Let's go ahead and slide our hand down, reaching up. Nice angle pose here. Triangle, sorry. Feel a nice stretch across the back of the leg, a little bit on the inside of the groin. Focus on the energy reaching up towards the heavens. Reach up a little taller. And bring your body upright. And let's drop that hand next to the folded leg and reach up towards the ceiling. The leg that's extended out, point that toe. Feel the energy going all the way down to the toe. Energy shooting up through the body, up through the palm, all the way up the side of the body. And bring your body upright. Let's close those legs, rest those arms. Deep breath in, let it out. Whew. All right. And notice how you're sitting now. Maybe you feel a little taller. My spine extended. I feel like I'm just a little taller now.
In my dreams.
In your dreams, a little taller, an inch or so. All right. So we want to start our positions in a nice, strong, sturdy position. I want to make sure your ears are aligned with your shoulders. I talked a little bit about this in Sit Strong for those of you that joined me. Every time you move the head an inch, it's like an extra 8 pounds that your neck is having to carry. If you let the head drop down a little bit more, that's even more weight that your neck is having to carry. That tension can be felt within the spine, within the nerves, which can cause pain in the lower back. You could be having aches and pains and not realizing it's because of our posture. So let's align our ears with our shoulders. Shoulders are aligned right above the hips. If we were to be standing, the hips would be above the knees. As we sit, we can let the knees extend straight out from the hips. And then as we look down, our ankles are beneath the knees. Feet are flat on the ground. Let's roll those shoulders up and drop them, relax them. Arms can rest on the leg, nice and soft here. All right. Let's move into some lower body positions now. We'll move into pigeon. And pigeon's very similar to figure 4. So let's go ahead and take our ankle onto our opposite knee. And as we do so, sometimes we want to slump down, bring our body back up to that nice, strong position. We're going to bend at the waist. And go ahead and bring your body forward. And for some of us, just looking down might be enough. Some of us are a little more flexible in the hip. You can lean forward a little bit more. Continuing to breathe. Don't let the shoulders round. Don't let the back round. Back is nice and straight. Ears still over the shoulder. The whole body moves as one. Remember to breathe. With an exhale, see if you can relax just a bit deeper into this. And bring your body upright. And let's go ahead and lift the arms up. Palms facing me. Let's move forward one more time. I'm going to drop those palms all the way and let them wrap behind us. Check your back. Make sure your back is nice and straight. Just deepens the stretch just a bit more. Some of us, when we're laying on the ground, you might do that pose where your hand goes behind you. Just seated in our pigeon. And bring your body upright. And let's uncross that leg. Nice. Let's go ahead and move into our opposite side. Rest that ankle up there on the knee. Lift that rib cage up. And let's lean forward. Again, check your spine. Make sure you're not rounding the shoulders. Not rounding the back. The back is nice and straight, bending at the waist. You feel a nice stretch inside the hip here. Try to relax into this. Often we will become stiff, especially in a move that feels tight for us. So notice the body softening just a bit. You can breathe into any tight areas. Soften the belly. Soften the shoulders. Doesn't mean rounding. We're just releasing any tension, any tightness. Go ahead and bring your body upright. Let's lift up towards the ceiling. Lift up super tall. And let's lean forward again. Drop those hands down. Let's wrap them behind us. Trying to keep the back straight. Don't let the shoulders round. Relaxing into this pose. And bring your body upright. You can release that foot, release those arms back up to the front. All right, I'm going to move into an eagle pose. But yeah, go ahead and check in with your body, see how you feel with that move. We hold a lot of tightness, a lot of tension in the hips. This is a really good move before you go to bed. If you're waking up with cramps, this will help relieve some of that tightness before you go to bed. You can lie in bed and do like a figure 4 also, where you just cross the ankle over, reach up, and that will help release this too. All right, we're going to move into an eagle pose. So eagle pose is about squeezing. And so we're going to work on squeezing some tension into the body to release some toxins. And so I'm going to wrap my legs. So I'm going to cross it. And if you're able to, I'm going to wrap it all the way around. So however it feels comfortable, maybe your leg is just over the top. If you're able to wrap a little bit more, go ahead and find this position. Other foot is flat on the ground. Lift those arms up. Reach up a little taller. Inhale. And with your exhale, drop those hands down. Let's cross our arms in front of us. And now my palms end up so they're facing each other. This is our eagle pose. And so if you're able to, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me, lift those arms up just a bit. You might feel a little tension. If this is too tight, you can rest your hands on the shoulders, still lifting those elbows up. This is a nice opening of the back of the shoulders. Breathe in. Take your forehead towards your hand. And just rest here a moment. And remember that Ujjayi breath. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Feel that Ujjayi as you exhale. This is a strengthener for your thyroid. So as our head is tilted down, we've got a little bit of tension moving across the thyroid. So my chin is tucked. Deep breath in through the nose. As I exhale, I can still constrict the neck. Do it just a couple times. And lift your head up. And let's take our hands towards our nose now. So before our head moves, now our head's going to stay stationary. Move those hands towards your nose. Lift the shoulders up just a bit. You're squishing your legs, squishing the arms. And let's release. Whew. All right, take a deep breath in, check in with your body. You might feel a release now after letting go. It's a great way to open up the back. All right, let's do the other side. So I'm going to cross the opposite way. And if you're able to, that foot goes all the way around. Nice little eagle pose here as we cross the legs as tight as we can. Deep breath in as we reach the arms up. Reach up a little taller. Another breath in. Exhale. Let's cross those arms in the opposite direction. You may have to check both ways to see which one feels different. Palms facing each other. Squish as tightly as you can, really trying to push any toxins out of the cells. And lift those elbows up. Fingers are still pointing up towards the ceiling at this moment. We'll hold this just for a few moments. Breathing in. And now let's tilt the head down. And then practice your Ujjayi breath, right? Breathing in through the nose, exhaling with the lips closed, throat is constricted. Feel that breath moving across your thyroid. All right, lift your head up, fingers towards your nose, lift those elbows up, body lifts up, feel everything lifting up towards the ceiling. That golden string going from the earth up your spine, out the crown of your head, up towards the heavens, pulling you up, lengthening your spine, remembering to breathe. Let's do one more tight squeeze here. And release. Whew. All right. Check in with your body, see how you feel. If there's some tension, go ahead and you can move the body however it wants to move, just to feel a little better. All right. We'll do a little bit of forward bend here. And so we're going to go ahead and lift those arms up towards the ceiling. Palms are going to face each other at this time. Lift up and go ahead and bend at the waist towards me. Extend your arms towards me. The back is straight. Energy shooting out the crown of the head. Be careful that your chair doesn't move. Palms now are facing down. Let's go all the way down and touch the ground. This is our forward bend. Go ahead and soften the shoulders, soften the head. And bring those arms back towards me, palms facing each other. This is going to take a little bit of strength as we lift the body up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Lift up a little taller. And we bend back forward towards me. Extend those arms towards me, palms facing each other. Extend it a little further, really extending the body as far as you can. Palms face down. And let's release all the way down to the ground. Relax the shoulders, relax the head. You want to turn the head back and forth, go ahead. And bring those arms back towards me. Lift that body up, that heavy body, all the way up. And drop those hands into prayer. Remind yourself of your intention for today's class. And rest those hands on your lap. Nice. Whew, let's open those legs just a bit. We're going to do another forward bend. We're going to move into happy baby. And so happy baby is when we go down, we're going to wrap our hands around, grab our feet. And so this right here is just going to be a little bit like we did with the eagle pose, where we're pressing our arms against our legs. We're just doing a little bit of tension. So let's go ahead and bring those arms up to start with. We're going to drop down the center. Hands are going to go through our legs, wrap around, and grab wherever it feels comfortable. And if you can, grab the bottom of your feet as if you were to be sitting. This is our happy baby motion here. And so usually when you're in happy baby, you can move a little bit. If it feels good to move, maybe it doesn't feel good to move today. But you can kind of shift around, move your shoulders, move your hips. Maybe you want to, maybe while your hands are on your feet, give your feet just a little bit of a massage. You can pull back the toes. This is your time to kind of check in with your body to see how you're feeling. Relax the belly. The belly is soft. Babies always have soft bellies.
At least we're not rolling over.
We're not rolling over. I know I usually roll over and then I fall. And unwrap those hands. Go ahead and straighten those legs out and bring the body into our prayer position again. Rest the hands at the chest. Find your center. Find your feet flat on the ground, spine elongated, shoulders are nice and soft, ears are right above the shoulders. I'm going to take our right elbow and put it onto our left knee. Press those hands together, put a little tension against those palms. Bring your body back up into this prayer position. My elbows are flared out. And let's switch into the other side. Remembering to breathe, press those palms together. Relax the back. You might feel the opening of the back once you relax it. Feel it soften up just a bit. And bring your body up to prayer. We're going to do each side one more time. This is a really great move to open up the lower back. Deep breath in. With your exhale, drop that opposite elbow onto the opposite leg. Breathe in, press those hands together. Exhale, relax the body. Feel the lower back release. Feel the sides of your body soften. And draw your body upright. Deep breath in. Exhale, let's do the opposite side. Inhale, press those palms together. Exhale, relax the body. Feel the sides release and open up. Feel your hips soften. Inhale, bring the body back up to prayer. Touch those thumbs to the heart. Feel the heart beating. And release. Ooh, nice. Once again, check in with your body, see how you feel. So the goal of yoga is not to keep the practice here on the mat, but to take it out with you. So I'm going to challenge you to find these moments of pause throughout your day. Every time you get into your car, take a moment to stop. Think about, why am I here? Take a deep breath. Where am I going? What is my purpose? When you move from one activity in the day, doing the dishes, making the bed, cleaning, writing, whatever it is that you're doing, take a moment to pause in between, so that we're not in autopilot the whole day. When we're in autopilot, the day ends and we don't even remember what we did. So you want to enjoy each day. And when you stop to take notice of each moment, the day will seem like you have much more time, much more control. All right, I'm going to do a nice little leg stretch here. So I'm going to put my blanket back up. I'm going to sit back so that the chair is going to hold me. I'm going to bring one leg up to give it a nice little squeeze. And this is going to look different for each of us. So if we're down low, that's okay. If you want to pull it up to the side, that's okay. However it feels comfortable. Now I have my right leg. It looks like some of us have different legs. I want you to kind of look towards that leg and turn your body to that side. So I'm still squishing it, but I'm looking towards that side. And feel the energy of the leg going in the opposite direction. You might feel some tension across your belly. All these twists are helping to remove toxins. It's a good idea to drink lots of water when you're done. And let's come back to the center. I'm gonna let that leg down. Let's do the other leg. We pull that leg up, give it a nice hug. For each of that looks different. It might look different from one leg to the other too. And let's go ahead and turn our body to the side, still hugging that leg. It feels a lot different though when I turn my body to the side. And I'm going to push that leg across my body. So it's going across the front of me, almost as if it's trying to go in the opposite direction as my spine. So I'm turning to my left, but bringing my leg to the right. Feels a little tight. And bring your body back forward, rest that leg down, take a deep breath in. All right, so if you're able, let's pull both feet up. Give both legs a hug. If you're not able to, you can leave your feet down, hug your feet, your legs going forward if that feels better for you. And then go ahead and tuck your chin to your chest. So now I get a nice stretch across my back with my spine. And lift that head up. Let's drop those feet down. Let's widen those feet just a bit. Rest your hands on your legs. Deep breath in, let it out. All right. We did a camel move where we used the back of the chair. We're going to do a camel without the back of the chair. So I'm facing forward. Let me go sideways so you guys can see me. So my feet are flat on the ground. I have a little bit of space back there. I'm going to take my hands and rest them behind me. Thumbs pointed out. So my hands are behind me, resting in the chair. I'm going to soften the shoulders, roll them back, and I'm going to look up into my camel pose here. Pushing the chest forward. Push the chest up a little bit further. And bring the body back upright. Hands rest on the knees. Spine is nice and straight. Let's do that one more time. Hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back so they're soft, but it pushes the chest out. Let the head fall back, push the chest forward. And this time extend the chin out. Extend that chin a little further. And come back forward, hands resting on the legs. Whew. So the camel pose is hard on the lower back. Let's go ahead and just do a forward bend just to counteract that stretch. Roll the shoulders forward. Usually I have you keep your back straight, but let's roll those shoulders forward. If you want to round the neck, go ahead and soften that lower back. Let the arms rest gently on the mat. And walk your body upright. Deep breath in. Let's go ahead and take a nice wide movement with the jaw. Often we feel uncomfortable making faces, but we want to let go of any tension, any tightness we might be holding in the jaw. So go ahead and open nice and wide. As you open, try to smile. If it feels comfortable, you can let the tongue come out. And close that mouth back up and soften the body.
Is this lion?
Yeah. It feels uncomfortable when you're doing it, right? But doesn't it feel good afterwards? We have so much tension in the jaw. So we'll do that one more time. I know it's hard with the mask on, right? You have to. How's it taste? How's it taste, Kim?
Actually, I'm glad you can't see the faces I'm making.
So let's soften the shoulder, because as we do that, you might be pulling up, right? So it's very uncomfortable. So let's soften the shoulders, open nice and wide. Let's open the eyes too, right? Open the eyes, lift those eyebrows up. Smile as the mouth is open. Stick that tongue out. Open your eyes. And close. And let's do the opposite now. Now close those eyes nice and tight. Squinch them together. Everything is pulling in nice and tight, as if you could suck everything in the face in. And then release and soften. Feel the eyes soften. Feel all the tension melt away from the face. And you can slowly open your eyes again. Nice. All right. Well, we have a few minutes. I wasn't sure. I haven't done yoga in a while, so I didn't know how many poses to add on my list, but I am done with my list. So why don't we move into some balancing moves? If since all of you feel comfortable standing, and I know we have Sparky here, so he's able to stand. So I'm going to push my chair back and find a standing position. Now your chair is here if you need it. And so if you'd like to, you can always pull it to the side. So it's available anytime you need to feel that comfort of the chair next to you. And our first pose is just mountain pose, right? Feet flat on the ground. Find that connection. I call them gecko feet, right? Because geckos have those suction cups that you can find that connection. So maybe wiggle the toes and then rest them deeply into the earth as if they were sinking down. As if you were standing on clouds and you were sinking down deep into the earth. Soften the muscles in your thighs, soften your knees, soften the hips, soften the belly. Soften the shoulders. Check with your pose. Are your ears above your shoulders? Are your shoulders above your hips? Hips above your knees, knees above your ankles. Hands rest at your side, palms facing me. Now this feels like a really simple pose, but this is a very difficult pose to hold. But the more we hold it, the more comfortable this pose becomes. Often we don't feel comfortable because we're hunched forward, or we're leaning from one side to the other. So it's good to practice this so that you can come back to this mountain pose. And a mountain is strong. There is strength in this pose. Just for a couple seconds more, we dive deep into our stamina, into our endurance, to our willpower to stay here, even in the discomfort. Legs are soft, hips are soft, belly is soft, shoulders are relaxed. No more tension in the face. The arms are relaxed, even though the palms are facing forward. Take a deep breath in and let it go. So we're going to shift our weight to one foot. So you can decide which foot feels most comfortable. You can rest on the ground. If you like the mat might be more comfortable for you. I'm going to lift one leg up. And as I do so, I'm going to keep my hips level. I'm not gonna let one shift lower than the other. And I'm just gonna lift a knee up. So focus on these hips staying level. One's not tilting more than the other. The foot feels heavy, the one that's holding you up. The chair is there if you need it. And please don't worry if other people are not using the chair. You know, don't do anything that doesn't feel comfortable. What we're doing now is we're building the strength. We're building up that mountain pose, right? We're building up our strength. So the hips are going to stay level. I'm going to take that foot and push it behind me. As I do, my body leans forward. Hips are still level. One does not tilt up higher than the other. We're going to continue to go all the way down until you can gently tap the ground, not fall. We're going to gently tap the ground. One leg is carrying all my weight. You should be able to lift one hand up because your weight is not on your hands. Your leg is still carrying you. And gently bring your body back up. And set that foot down. This is a good way to build strength in your legs because now one leg has to carry you. But we're going to maintain that balance by keeping our hips level. So let's try the other side. Sometimes we start with the side that we feel is strong, but you might find you might have more balance with this side. So again, find that connection. Find that strong pose first. You always want to start with a strong foundation. Hips right above the knees, knees above the ankles. Shoulders are in alignment. Hips are nice and level. And I'm going to shift my weight so that I can lift one foot up. Lift that knee up as high as it feels comfortable without shifting the hips one way or the other. Hips stay level. Sink the energy through your heel. Feel the energy through your heel. This Vata weather, this cold, dry weather, this wind stirs up the energy in us. And so this is a great way to sink that energy down to ground it. Okay, so when you feel comfortable, that foot's gonna begin to move behind us. As we do, our body leans forward. Slowly, 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 till you can tap the ground without falling. And lean your body forward. If you're able to, lift those hands up, but stay lowered. This is a really strengthening position here. You have that power pose where that leg is holding you up and you slowly bring your body upright and rest the other foot down. Whew. Deep breath in and rest the shoulders. How you guys feeling?
I find these mats really hard to balance on because your foot moves.
Yes, I actually liked it. It actually felt good for me.
Really?
So we find that different position. So in Ayurveda, we have different constitutions: Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Vata is air, it's movement. Pitta is fire and it's heat. Kapha is the earth and it's soft and it's heavy. Right now you see the wind moving, that's Vata, right? And Vata is associated to anxiety. It's associated to movement. It's associated to all this stuff up in our heads. And so to counterbalance that, you sink it down to the earth. You find more kapha, which means you eat heavier foods. You eat foods that draw you down, like root vegetables. Find your feet connected to the earth, and that will help center some of that movement. If you find yourself becoming distracted, anxious, wanting to move around, that's the vata. And it happens because of this environment. So we find that rooted down. So we're going to do a tree because the tree is rooted, right? So we'll do one more pose. And again, you have your chair here if you need it. And we're just going to lift one foot up. Again, the hips stay in this neutral position. We don't let one shift higher. And maybe it's just tapping the toe. Maybe it goes up a little higher. Find that root. So visualize your feet rooted down like a tree would be rooted into the earth. The wind can blow it and it can move up above in the part that we see, but the roots are still strong. So spread those toes out. Feel your heels digging down into the dirt. And maybe you can raise that foot up a little higher. And let's grow our branches out. Find your drishti, find your little spot that you focus on out in front of you, down on the earth. Remember, Vata is high. If you look up, it'll draw that energy up. Find something down low to focus on. Find that earthing point, that one that pulls you down closer to the earth. You can move too, right? A tree moves, but the earth is still deep and rooted. Woo. Got it. And deep breath in, let it down. Let's try the other side. All right. So use your imagination, right? See your feet rooted down. You got roots growing out the toes, a big tap root growing out the base of the heel. Spread those feet out. They feel heavy. You can like sink that weight down. And then the other foot lifts up. The other foot's just extra. It's like a little, what is that little sucker branch that comes out, right?
Claw.
You do claw on the birds. And then you have your branches. And the branches can move as the wind blows, but you still stay rooted. Maybe the movement's too much and just sink it down. Feel it in your hips. Feel it deep down into the heels, into your toes. Find a point on the ground that draws your energy downwards. And we stay rooted, rooted to the earth. Visualize something heavy. Maybe you have a heavy weight on your shoulders pulling you down. And deep breath in, let it out. All right, let's find our stuff back. Let's do a nice closing before we end for today. Find a place on our mat. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Soften the shoulders, soften the belly. Feel your body setting down on the chair and let the chair carry you. Go ahead and let that chair carry you. You don't have to carry the weight of everything in this moment. Let the chair carry it. We soften the belly. We soften the shoulders. Soften the eyes. And take a deep breath in, lifting those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale out. Resting the hands on the heart space. Do you remember what your intention was? Can you create an intention that you can carry through the rest of the day? Kindness. Kindness to yourself. Less judgment. Judgment of yourself. Of others. Or maybe you have a different intention that you want to carry through your day. Press those hands against the heart as if pressing that intention into the heart space. Deep breath in. With your exhale, let it sink down into every cell. May you live with intention today. Namaste. All right, guys.